We cannot take our eye off the ball, not even for a moment here. Right, it's time for one-shot quali. We have to nail this. If Lando Norris finishes ahead of us in this race, the championship fight is over and Norris wins. So we've got to give it everything here. It is all or nothing in this Las Vegas Grand Prix. So we really have to go all in at Vegas. I just thought I'd throw in a little gambling pun there, but it is true. We are having to go all in, all out attack. And at the moment we're looking at about P2 on the grid with Verstappen looking at pole. Max is still determined to have his say in the championship. Currently we're looking at second. It's very marginal in this qualifying session so far. That certainly won't help. Right, onto the strip. Who nails the strip best? Whoever does that will be on pole. Whoever has the best speed on the strip will be on pole. And it's certainly not looking like me at the moment, as we're looking at P7. Wow, okay. We need to nail this last sector. We're only 2 tenths off, but that means we're down in 7th, so it's got to be a good run through here, which is what we have had indeed. Hauger is currently looking at pole. Now it's Verstappen. Who is going to have it in the end? We're now down to P8. It's a miserable qualifying in Vegas. Verstappen takes pole, but the best we could do was P7. That really puts us in a difficult position for the Grand Prix ahead. Where is Lando Norris? Okay, he's 5th. That's not too bad. But we've got Dennis Hauger once again on the front row. It is so tight here at Vegas. Anything can happen. Oh, this could get dicey. Remember, if Norris finishes ahead of us, it is game over. So we have to attack on race day. All out attack.
Welcome to Las Vegas, and for Formula One, it's welcome back to Las Vegas. No longer do we race in the Caesars Palace car park. Tonight, the time is right to go racing in the street. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Dennis Hauger completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Leclerc, Norris, Drugovich, Joker, Théo Pourchaire, Doohan, Oscar Piastri, Albon, Gasly, Tsunoda, Zhou, Stroll, Liam Lawson, Ricciardo, Iwasa, Vesti, Sargent, Ocon, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. Why don't we kick off by discussing Max Verstappen?
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them?
Well, we've got a bit of a tall order in front of us here in Vegas. We're starting 7th, but luckily Norris not too far ahead of us. But we needed to be further ahead. But anyway, let's do this. It's the Las Vegas Grand Prix. A lot can happen here in this one. Will Lando Norris be crowned champion by the end of it? We are underway here in Vegas, and it's not such a good start for Norris. We're on the outside of him. I'm trying to go round the outside. Norris trying to hold on. We've gained positions off the start, and we are ahead of the Williams. So we are ahead of Lando Norris, and Leclerc is ahead of George Russell too. It's a good start for both of us here. And Russell was the one that seemingly didn't get away too well. But we have moved up to 5th, and even Drugovich is ahead of Norris. So that start really not working out for Lando. But at the moment, well, we've done the best we could. We've got ahead of Norris. But I think Verstappen leads the way over Dennis Hauger. Leclerc is 3rd. Russell is 4th. We are 5th. And then it is Drugovich and Norris rounding out your top 7 as we're about to blast onto the strip for the first time in this Grand Prix. and we need to see if we can make as many inroads as we can. But pushing as hard as I did, I nearly lost the car going round that corner. I pretty much slid round it, like I was doing when we did the Equal Car Championship race that I filmed here not so long ago, and I ended up throwing it into the wall on that race. Let's hope I don't do the same thing here as we get very close to Russell, and I have to correct a bit there. That's a bit of a mistake, and we've lost a bit of time. That might allow Drugovich an attack. No such attack happening just yet, but I think, no, look, Norris has got past Drugovich, so Lando is on us. The championship contenders battling for 5th here, and that was a mistake and a half that we made there. Really misjudging the brakes and kissing the barrier there too. Okay, we need to calm down a bit here. We have got a long way to go in this race, and we don't need to be potentially ending our race with a little error like that. What we need to be doing is getting close to the lead fight and not making errors. So that's what we're going to try and do here, and try and close back in on George Russell. And we've actually had a relatively good sector there and made up a little bit of time. We do need to be dropping Norris and Drugovich though, if we are to have a chance at getting back at Russell. So we just need to not worry about them, worry about us as we head onto the strip for the second time. And the top 3 are so close. It's Hauger, Verstappen and Leclerc all together. Who's going to lead when we get to the end of the strip? I think Hauger's having a go. I think Hauger is having a go. Is Dennis Hauger going to lead this race at the end of the strip? I can't. Yes, he does. Here is the Alfa Romeo driver taking the Mercedes for the lead. You don't see that every day in Formula One. An Alfa Romeo overtaking a Mercedes for the lead of the Grand Prix. And I'm now much closer to Russell and giving him some hassle for second place. I think Verstappen is fighting back. No, Leclerc's fighting. Leclerc is fighting at Verstappen. And I nearly went straight into Russell there. With the momentum we have, we are much quicker at this stage of the race than the Alpine, and it shows. I'm now getting a run on Russell for P4, and Hauger is leading the Grand Prix. Round the outside of Russell we're going. Is it going to be P4? Russell trying to hold on. I think Russell still has the position, but that is definitely giving George something to think about now. And I think we're going to see the lead change again, but I wanted to see that. I wanted to see the moment an Alfa Romeo overtook Verstappen for the lead, because you don't see that in F1 every day. And now Charles Leclerc is applying the pressure to Dennis Hauger, as we're applying the pressure to Russell, and Norris is also applying some pressure to us. Onto the strip we go. Hauger is going to be vulnerable as he is without DRS on the strip. Russell is also going to be vulnerable. He is without DRS. We're going to use the Vegas strip to blast past the Alpine. We go alongside and we are through and into P4. George Russell will have to settle for being demoted a place here, where we've come in a bit hot there. But that is P4 for us. Moving up through the field, Hauger has lost the lead now to Leclerc, but I'm fairly sure that fight is not over yet, as Russell tries to stay as close as he can to us. I now want to try and make whatever inroads I can to the front 3. It's been quite a dramatic Grand Prix already here in Vegas, and Lando Norris at the moment is having to settle with P6. And if Russell keeps backing him up, then that helps us too. Norris has moved up to 5th now, so Norris seemingly following us through here. That is not what we want to see. And the other thing is, I'm going to be vulnerable on the strip because I'm not within DRS of Verstappen and Hauger. So this is going to really be a case of the two championship titans will be going head to head down the strip, unless I can get a decent enough exit. And the front 3 who are battling for the lead, they're also going to have their own fight. I now get onto the strip, trying to get as best exit as I can. And for now, I think that might do, but this is where Norris starts bringing the gap down. And this is where Norris is going to have a go for sure. Although he's not gaining by that much, so I think we are going to be just safe. Here comes Lando. Nope, we're fine for now. And Hauger has retaken the lead from Leclerc. Dennis Hauger once again leading the race up front. Norris is keeping me occupied. And Norris really coming at me here. I'm going to have to defend into turn 1. Norris having a look up that inside line, but I've shut that down as quickly as possible. The two championship contenders fighting for 4th. You don't see that every day. But Norris definitely giving it all because he knows just finishing ahead of us will be enough to cement the title in his favour. And the front 3 getting ever closer. And this could easily become the front 5 fighting for P1 here. As I try and gain. Norris is all over me here. Norris wants a go. I don't want to make it easy for him. Look how close he is. Norris monstering the back of my car. And I think in this Grand Prix he has an advantage. But we need to make sure he's not having a go as we head onto the strip. I think Norris has given me a nudge there as if to say hurry up. And look at Lando, look how close he is. It's 0.2 of a second, now it's 0.1 of a second. Norris is now going to the inside. We're alongside each other down the strip. Norris, I think, is going to take the position. I'm going to hold the line, but Norris comes back across and asserts himself into P4. But now this is where I'm going to fight back into turn 1. Look at the slipstream I have. Is it going to be enough to bother Lando? I think so. We're going to have a go at... Remember, this is for the championship. Having a go into 1. No, Norris holds on. But we're about to have a DRS zone here, which will work to our advantage. And I know how to take the position here. Here we go then. This again, the two Titans going wheel to wheel. We haven't seen much of this season, but this is for the championship. Wheel to wheel we go, and Norris holding on to 4th. And that is a crucial move for Lando because, like I said, as long as he's ahead of us, he is putting himself in favourite position for the title. We need to stop that. And this is proving to be a difficult task for us, but we are going to have DRS down the strip, so that works out in our favour. I just need to make sure Norris does not get DRS in the strip. Thankfully he doesn't. We do though, and I think that's going to help us handsomely now as we head towards the rev limiter. We're catching Norris. I think this is going to have to be a bold and brave one under brakes. We're going to have to Leclerc this. Norris going to the inside to cover. We're going to the outside. I've gone so deep. But Norris holding on to the position just about. And this is great racing between the two Titans. Now we're coming back at Norris. Round the last corner we go. And I think a dive bomb into 1 is going to be on here. No, Norris has that covered. But we're still monstering the back of his car. And I'm hoping the DRS spot here will be enough to get us back into P4. Kissing the barrier again though. As now we catch Norris once again. But this time, well, Norris still taking the inside line. Can we do a bit of an up and under on him here? No, we can't. Norris doing a great job of sustaining the pressure. And this is the night that he is earning himself the championship. We get done there for exceeding track limits. And I think Norris is about to join that front running battle. I need to avoid that happening. Oh, it's all kicking off in Las Vegas. This is the race you all want to see. And this is for the championship, so it's getting ever more critical.
Okay,
and we have a safety car. Right, we have got a safety car. Trying to figure out what potential trigger for the safety car we have. Oh, it's Tsunoda! There we go. There's our safety car trigger. It's Yuki Tsunoda hitting the wall, facing backwards and losing his front wing. That is a safety car. And that is a huge, huge problem for us. Because if Leclerc pits from the lead, as I expect he will, well, that's creating some problems, isn't it? Because then we're going to have to pit behind him, and we really stand to lose out here. So I'm just going to have to back these up, aren't I? I'm going to do a little cheeky thing that you should not do, and I'm going to back these up as much as I legally can. Look what I'm doing. This is not allowed. You are not allowed to do this in the sport, but I'm backing them up as much as I can so I tactically don't lose out. I shouldn't be doing that, but I did it, and I think that might have just bought us enough time for the mechanics to get ready. And it has. It's a little bit touch and go, but hopefully I don't lose out to Drugovich. We haven't lost out to Drugovich, so that has worked out.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
Oh, wow, we have a safety car here, and we all know how that can change everything, especially in a critical championship fight. Right, we're about to get back racing here. And I'm already just looking at how close to Lando I can get to prepare for an attack into one. Here we go then, we're back racing. And I'm not going to get past into one, but the overtake could happen a little bit later on. I'm thinking into the corner after this one. If we put ourselves in a good position, which we have done, we're looking at getting alongside Lando. We're in the slipstream. Norris having to defend. And the Titans are about to go wheel to wheel, but I've got to be careful so as not to hit Hauger. And we're still wheel to wheel with Norris. We've got past him. We're back into 4th place now. And I'm defending so Lando doesn't try and have a go there. Right, we are now racing the top 3 in this Vegas Grand Prix. And we are all together now. I tell you what, there's a number of drivers that could win this race yet. Anything could happen in these in this second half of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. I would say we're in the closing stages, but we've just entered the second half. Onto the strip we go. Norris is kind of close behind me, but not that close. Leclerc is leading the race. Verstappen is going to have a go at him down the strip for sure. He gets the slipstream, but is he going to be close enough to do anything about it? I don't think so. I think it's going to be as you were this time round as I get closer to Hauger. And as much as I want to see Hauger do well here, I need Hauger out my way because he is becoming a thorn in my side and holding me up while I'm trying to attack the front 2. Here we go. Is there a move on there? No. I've got to wait for where I pass Norris. But you know what? If I get past Hauger, there's a car between myself and Norris. Kiss that barrier again. I need to stop doing that. And right now, I don't think we're going to be close enough to pass Hauger, but the attack is definitely on. And I'm just easing off the throttle carefully so I don't smash into anybody. But look how close the front 4 are. Any one of us 4 could win. I think anyone in the top 5 could win. Hell, I even think Jack Doohan might have an outside chance here. He's having an incredible evening up in P6. He had a strong start to the season in Melbourne, if you remember, with P5. He's not really had a strong result since then, and he would love to get himself back up near the top. But first things first, you have to finish there. It's all well and good being there on lap 11, but you need to be there at the final lap. Right, here we go, down the strip again. But I don't think we're particularly close enough to attack without a bit of DRS assistance. Verstappen is having a look at Leclerc, but I don't think it's going to happen without DRS. Is Max having a go? I can't see from here. No, Max isn't, but he's got held up and backed up a bit as we head towards the end of lap 11. This is where it starts getting interesting now because we have DRS. And I'm getting ever closer to Hauger. Is a look down the inside of turn 1 on. Maybe a little bit of a cheeky look but that's not gonna, well, there's nothing in doing in that. Right, this is where any move on Hauger can happen, but again, I've kissed that inside wall, but it's just a little kiss to the barrier. That'll do me no harm, and we're now 3/10 behind Hauger. No attack for Verstappen here, but I think that's all going to change when we get onto the strip. Verstappen surely is going to have a go at Leclerc, and we're going to have a go at Hauger. And Norris, I think, will just try and involve himself any way he can. Doohan has lost touch of the top top 5 battle. He's got Albon to contend with, but that's okay. Unfortunate for Doohan. I really think he could have got himself amongst it, but he's just dropped back a bit. Right, here we go, onto the strip. This is where it all kicks off.
Verstappen's in first place.
No, Verstappen is not in first place. Leclerc is in first place. You're drunk, but I think Verstappen is about to take first place down the mile-long strip, which is, I think, is longer than a mile. Has Verstappen got the lead? He's certainly looking at taking it. Is he going to get it? I don't think he has it. No, Leclerc just about holds on. But look how close this is. Any one of us can win here. Hauger is getting protective of that. But we've got to run on Hauger now. And we're going to have a go into the first corner. Take the dive on Hauger. We need to take these risks here. And we've moved up into 3rd place. Like I said, we have to take these risks now. We cannot afford to wait around, especially when we need to gain as many points as possible at Norris. So it's a move into 3rd. Max Verstappen looking left, looking right to find a way past Leclerc. It's not happening. And look how close the front 3 are. I reckon we can go for the lead on the strip this time. Leclerc just doesn't seem to have the out-and-out pace to pull away. I think we could have. I think we're faster than both of them. Let's see how it works out when we get back on the strip again. Norris is still in P5. He's still very much in play here as we head onto the strip. That's as good of an exit as we could have hoped for. I tell you what, this gives us a nice chance on Verstappen, but he's going to be more concerned about Charles Leclerc. But we've still got the run on Verstappen anyway. Right, how is this going? Max is catching Leclerc. He's having a go. We're right there. Verstappen isn't going to be able to do it, I don't think. And he's made contact with Leclerc. They made contact. I'm having to stay back. I'm giving Max a little nudge there because Max needs to get on with it. And that's Dennis Hauger getting through. Dennis Hauger getting back into 3rd place. We're on the outside. Oh my goodness me. This is racing at its most intense. Round the outside of Hauger. Trying to hold on. Got the inside now. Hauger trying to hold on to the outside. Can't do it. We resume P3. What a race. And now Lando Norris moving ahead of Hauger. Verstappen once again attacking Leclerc. But Leclerc will not budge. I tell you what, that man has nerves of steel in this Grand Prix. I've got to have it. We got 4.5 laps to go. And this is Grand Prix racing at its absolute finest right now. Although Norris is right behind me, I don't want him there. That's the last place I want him as we head on to the strip again. I've gone wide. Oh, a bit too wide. Although Norris has got wrong-footed as well, so that'll help. And we still have DRS. But I think Norris might be vulnerable to Hauger here. That's what I want him. I want him vulnerable. Hauger is having a go. And Verstappen is now having a go at Leclerc. This is the strongest attack I've seen Max launch on Leclerc. But again, it's not enough. And Verstappen is backed up. And now we've got to run on Verstappen for P2. It's all about how we go around the last corner. Oh, I'm having to back out here. But now we're going down the inside. And it's a dive down the inside of Verstappen here at Vegas to take P2. And now it's a JT1-2 with Charles Leclerc leading the way. And I'm applying some pressure to Leclerc. Game on for this win. We have thread our way through And now I need to get past my teammate. That much is critical. And we have the pace to do it. I'm sure of it. I think we have the strongest pace of anybody at this stage. And I'm not going to give this up easy. But we have to give it as much as we can. And we have dropped Verstappen a little bit, which fills me with a little bit of confidence. But now we've got to attack Leclerc. This is it. We got a few more attempts off the strip to do it. Oh, that was a little bit more sideways there than I would have liked. But we still got DRS. Hopefully we're not too vulnerable to Verstappen, because we are catching Leclerc. But Verstappen is right there as well and waiting to attack. We're not close enough to Charles just yet. So it's going to have to be another lap, another try. But we're definitely closer to our teammate now than we have been. And Verstappen is staying with it, as too is Hauger and Norris. So any one of this top 5 could still be the victor of this Grand Prix. How is it going to play out? We've got 3 to go here. And I really wish I could order my teammate out the way. Look, this is for the championship. Come on, Charles. Do your teammate duty here. Especially when we've got Lando Norris out of position. The overtake is not going to happen here. We don't have enough of a straight. I need to stay with him on the strip. This is the sector I have to make work. And at the moment, I think we're doing that. But Leclerc has 7/10. Oh, he's getting away from me here. The last thing I need to do is fall out of DRS. And that's exactly what we've done. We're out of DRS. We can't afford to do that. We have to get back in it. Whatever it takes. And we haven't. We're out of DRS. And that means that Verstappen is going to be able to attack us here. Leclerc is we are getting closer to Leclerc, but Verstappen's getting closer. He's going to have a look down the inside. Verstappen down the inside. I've forced him to the very inside of the circuit, but I've come back on him. Oh, is the car going to stop? Yes, it does. Max is trying to come back at me. I've nearly lost the car, and Max not able to get it done. But Leclerc is now just driven off. Leclerc has said nuts to this. And Verstappen still holding on to me. He will not let go. And Verstappen having a look down the inside. I'm trying to shut the move down as quickly as possible. But Charles Leclerc is now gone. So Leclerc getting off into the distance. Norris getting up to 4th. You know, I do feel like Charles could do with getting out of the way here. But right now, oh, we've got defending to do now, and Max Verstappen's having a go there. You don't have a go there. We've fallen out of DRS. We've lost quite a bit of time now to Charles Leclerc, and it's gonna take a bit of a monumental effort to keep Verstappen behind as we go onto the strip. Max having a go there. That's not gonna work. But now we're on the strip. Verstappen and Norris potentially could have a go here. They're a few tenths behind. Oh gosh. The nerves are shot. Here comes Verstappen. Where's Norris? Where is Norris? Both of them are having a go down the inside. No one's going to get it through there. Oh, we've gone deep again. But we were catching Leclerc a little bit, but we've lost it. And Verstappen and Norris having to battle on another lap. Norris will want to get up to 2nd to end the championship now. This championship's still on though, and it looks like if it finishes as it is now, it will go to the final race in Abu Dhabi. I'm kissing that wall again. That does me no favours. But it makes it a very, very tall order to win the title in Abu Dhabi. Charles Leclerc winning this race at the moment. It looks like he's won the race, but who's going to finish 2nd? Verstappen having a look there again. Oh, he's now going around the outside here. Well, that's not going to happen. I'm going to fend that one straight off. And Max is just not willing to give up, is he? He's like a bloodhound. So too is Norris. All I can do is hope and pray that I've got enough to hang on down the strip as we head onto it for the last time. Max has had an all-or-nothing attempt there, which has not worked out, and that might leave him vulnerable to Norris and to Hauger. We've got fairly clear, and I think we're okay for second, but if Norris takes third, it makes things very difficult moving to Abu Dhabi, and I think Norris is going to take third here. What's going to happen on this final lap? I think, oh no, Hauger's got up to head. No, Hauger hasn't. I really had hoped that Hauger would get ahead of Norris there. That never happened. But Charles Leclerc wins the Las Vegas Grand Prix. We get another one too for second. And the championship fight goes right down to the wire in Abu Dhabi.
Good job.
And Las Vegas has its winner. And what a special victory that was. Taking the checkered flag under the neon lights of Nevada. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
A show-stopping performance from the three drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look.
Well, that was certainly an exciting race, wasn't it? But it could only be won by one, and Charles Leclerc was just the masterclass of the field today. He took the lead early on, and no one could take it from him. We got second. Verstappen completes the podium. Lando Norris still in the pound seat to take the championship in Abu Dhabi. Dennis Hauger gets an impressive 5th place, and a very strong performance it was. Albon gets one of his best results of the season in 6th. Doohan gets a good result in 7th. Russell 8th, Piastri 9th, and Lance Stroll scores a point. So that's how it looks going into the final race then. We are 20 points shy of Lando Norris. We need to win. We need to win and hope that Lando finishes P8 or lower. We need to win and get fastest lap and hope. I mean, even if we get fastest lap, we still need to hope Lando finishes P8 or lower, because even with 7th, he would still win on countback. So we need Lando to finish 8th or lower in Abu Dhabi to win, and we absolutely have to win the race. There is no other result other than the race win that will do in Abu Dhabi. What can we do? Drugovich and Verstappen are now tied for 3rd, so that's an interesting fight going on there. Leclerc moves ahead of Stroll. Russell is 7th. Hauger still holding on to a strong 8th, with Sainz 9th. Tsunoda in 10th. Sainz, I think, now locked into P9. Albon moves up to 12th, and then it's Doohan and Pourchaire. Looking back at some of the lower point scorers, we've got Zhou, Sargent, Gasly being the last point scorer. And in the Constructors' Championship, we've moved to within 30 points of Williams, so there's an outside chance here that we could nab the Constructors' Championship, and Mercedes well, they're locked in third no matter what they do. Alfa Romeo are looking pretty safe in fourth. Alpine fifth, McLaren sixth. Then it's Red Bull, Haas, Ferrari and AlphaTauri in joint eighth. So still plenty to fight for as it all goes down to the wire in Abu Dhabi. Do be sure to watch that. Watch the epic season finale coming soon.